Hello again, YouTube. It's me, your friendly neighborhood poker player. Today I am going to be grinding some 1 cent, 2 cent, 6 max Omaha hot limit high. Got 7 tables open right now with my heads up display going, and I'm on a few more waiting lists. So hopefully I'll get into some interesting spots and we can discuss them. If you have any comments, feedbacks, criticism, reactions to my play, if you want some clarification on why I did what, or if you'd like to propose some alternative lines or just any feedback in general, if you've got some criticisms of my general style or some criticisms of these videos, I'd love to hear it. Post a YouTube comment, give me a video response. Let's get this conversation going. I've got generally pretty nitty style. This might be enough videos. Might be enough tables here. Looks like I can't tile anymore. Oh, unfortunate. But PokerStars won't tile some numbers of tables. Maybe I'm not sure exactly what it is, but something like 11, somewhere around 11, you can't tile anymore. I don't mind. I don't mind the stack. I'm pretty loath to start playing big pots with Badoogie hands. Got an inside wrap here with the flush draw, getting a little better, 3.5, getting 3.5 to 1. I'm just gonna fold. The reason I'm folding, well, I can only hit 8, 9, or 10, and the diamonds probably weren't very good for me, so not really that strong a hand. Pre-flop, I'm out of position, and I do have a Badoogie hand. Also, Queen 10, 9, 8. I'd rather the gap was at the bottom than at the top. I guess I got to give this guy credit for King 10. I've got 2 10s, but I'm not gonna. I don't even know what I'm trying to hit there, but 2 cents getting a pretty good price. Just gonna toss this weak flush draw, double set draw. It's pretty crazy, but best case scenario, and I'm trying to not very much percentile. This hand is just 2 second best to play. This guy's really loose. I was gonna take a shot at it, but three-handed, I don't know. Just don't know how often I'm gonna be able to take it down. Kind of tempting to get in here for a penny, but with the dangler, I mean, you don't really want to be like calling a lot to hit. You want to start with superior hands before the flop, and then sort of taking advantage of the fact that with your superior hand selection before the flop, you're going to be hitting flops harder than your opponents. I think it's pretty obvious open with this rundown. And heads up, I'll probably take a shot at the pot there. Uh, it's three-handed. So here, sort of raggedy queens. Just gonna toss it. I could try to call and set mine, but sets are pretty rare, right? And that seems to be the only direction I can go with my hand. So I just don't like investing a lot with sort of speculative. Here, I think I'm going to fold. I'd like a little more time to analyze that hand. And I might give it a little analysis after, just look at my outs and how clean or dirty they are. I'm not going to draw to this flush, gut shot, overboat. Getting a pretty good price. This guy seems a little passive just from what we've got on him. Doogie and a 2 dangler. Just going to toss it. Even if I was one suited, or I think even double suited, I'd be tossing that. I really don't like danglers, so usually fold when I've got one. Even I think big pairs with danglers are not really that great. Obviously aces, if you can get it all in pre or more than 30% free, doesn't really matter. But I think that here at a position, the cards are pretty low. I'm just going to toss it, despite the fact that I do have sort of a rundown. This guy's pretty psycho, and I can get half my stack in. I'm gonna repot him. And if somebody's got aces or whatever, this guy's really loose. Not a great flop, but I can check fold. He's betting into 2 players. I'm gonna see it for not much more. I think I should have folded too. Folded on the flop, folded pre-flop. Most importantly, maybe not folded on the flop. Definitely should have folded pre-flop there. Here, I'd like to take a flop if I were deep, but with my short stacking approach, I just don't know if I can do that profitably. So there's a lot of downsides to playing so many tables at any given time. You're not really able to give any specific hand the sort of consideration it deserves. I don't know how much you really learn from playing like this, and I don't know how profitable it is without the time to really think and analyze. Guess I'll call to try to hit a jack there. On the button for 2 cents, I guess I can take a flop. Not really enamored with the hand. Heads up. This guy seems really passive. With a call and maybe go wild on a safe turn. Now I got open-ended. I'm gonna fold. Not really sure about how that hand played out. Bottom 2 gut shot, 4-way pot. I think it's right to fold these dangler type hands. Here with pretty weak aces, I'm gonna flat. I think raising's reasonable. Wow, killed this flop. I turned the king high flush. That's pretty good. Maybe I should bet my aces there. The first guy could be check raising the pre-flop raiser, but I think it's important in Omaha when your opponents are checking to bet a lot of hands. Queens, single suited, 4-2 pence. I guess I could take a look. Pretty good, pretty gin turn here. This guy seems to be a bit of a drooler, so very easy 3-bet with kings against somebody who's opening like everything and then some. Not gonna try any sort of blocker bluff. Blocker's bluff. 4 to the flop. Pretty good flop, all things considered. Sometimes I will have been out flop there, but when you get in so much of your stack free with a big pair, 7-3-2 looks pretty good. I guess the sessions are going all right so far. Not really too much you can say about it. Definitely like some feedback on my play, what you think of it, maybe some leaks you might see, or if we have some differences of opinion, it might benefit both of us to outline where they are, why they exist, what concepts am I not understanding or you not understanding, or what differing philosophies do we have on how to play poker. Maybe I play too tight, maybe you play too loose. Here I get 3-bet, a very tight player, so I'm going to fold, despite the fact that my hand looks, pretty good. I figure this guy's got aces. He plays so tight. And now he's 3-betting. I'd have to, if I had called, I guess I'd have to call here again. My ace is probably dead. He's got aces. I get 3-bet by type player again. Just gonna fold. Open-ended. Not going to be looking to put a lot of money in the pot again. This really nitty guy re-raises. So aces last time, and this is it's got to be a controversial fold, but yeah, so he probably doesn't have aces with that flop. He's probably got something like king, queen, jack, 10, but this might have been too tight a fold. I really I don't see him having me beat on this flop. Three-way, probably giving up with those aces. It's not that terrifying a flop. King, jack, 5. This guy's pretty loose. I'm just gonna toss it. Heads up. This guy's loose passive. Maybe betting will accomplish some good things. 9-8-6. Reasonable hand. I don't know about that ace, king, queen, jack fold. What do you guys think? Too tight. And the guy's stats were really nitty. That's why I folded. Might have been influenced by him having aces in the hand before. If he's got aces or kings, I'm in pretty bad shape, and I'm going to be making some tough they're going to be in some bad spots after the flop. If he has anything else, I'm in great shape. So the question is, what is a guy that's playing 15-4, maybe 3-betting here? Ace Jack 10-6 double suited. The 6 is a bit of a dangler there. You got a loose passive player limping in, so yes, kind of tempted to play this. Maybe I'm loosening up a bit. Pretty good flop. Problem being that I'm out of position. I'd like to be able to plan that out a bit, but luckily min raise I can just get it in. I'm doing all right versus everything. I guess with 2 players in, I'm going to just get it in there with the ace high flush draw, hopefully getting both of them to go with me. Okay, flop to set, eh? Nice. No. And I make it. I wonder what my equity was there. I think I had some pair outs as well. You don't really want to go heads up with just the nut flush draw. I was kind of hoping to get them both in. Maybe a smaller raise could have accomplished that. Maybe not. Maybe the other guy realized, one of us had the strong made hand. I don't know if you can really call my opponent's pair, middling pair, a strong made hand. But, the other guy probably, I think I'll take advantage of that door. I mean, even if he has aces, I want to get the other guys out. Build a side plot against them. So, I think these games are decently tough. I think, there's some interesting spots. Pretty out of position. This guy could have anything. Okay. Let's go back to the poker. I don't know if you've tried Windows 8 yet. It's not so great. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. But for some reason, it keeps alt-tabbing me whenever I'm trying to play StarCraft, which is kind of annoying. Do you have the aces? Kings. Wow. And I am a nice dog until the flop, turn, and river. But I don't know. I mean, I guess this guy's playing like 190, deserves some loose action from me. Kind of a questionable limp with the ace king queen 4, whatever that was. Maybe I should raise to isolate the loose passive player limping in. Build a pot. Maybe I should fold because of the dangler. 2 cents is a good price, but I have no nut outs. I do have 4 outs to a 3, which is strong, but I hate drawing to a hand that, I don't really want to get that much action on if I hit. Probably should have bet the flop because this guy's so tight. Hopefully he's just like unthinking tight, doesn't ask himself, why did I check the flop? Fortunately, does not seem to be the case. Now, 10-9, 8-7, small blind. This is a gambling call here. Some low cards. Three bet, but I'll opt for leading out if it's 3-way and check raising. It's heads up. We expect to flop 10, 10, 9. I guess I'll slow play. It's rare enough in Omaha that you get opportunities to slow play. He's probably drawing dead. If he's not drawing dead, he's probably going to put it in on the turn. Oh, are you serious? How do I lose that? Oh, well. think my king should be good there. So ace king jack 6. Pretty aggressive opener, pretty loose initial limper. Maybe it's not that great a call with the dangler. Probably should value bet that river. I don't know if my straight's really strong enough to call against the passive play. I guess it was. Bit of a weekend. King Jack 8-7. A lot of gaps. Maybe I'm loosening up a bit here. Oh, is it? Five-way. I think I gotta ditch that hand. Just too likely that somebody's got me in rough shape. Could easily get raised behind me. Another 2 cents. Compounding errors. Now this hand's a fold. I know that much. 100%. I mean, you know, what are you even trying to hit, right? I think this hand might be too weak. Too many gaps. You know, aside from 10-9, King Jack or something. I think it's just you're gonna flop second best too often with it. 7-high rundown, take a flop. I don't see much merit in 3-betting. And should I fast play or slow play? I'm not going to check it, that's for sure. On paired boards, on flush boards, I like to bet half the pot as a standard. It's a great turn card. Villain could have easily went straight. And if he was drawing to hit the straight, he's probably not going to fold it after he does so. It's out of position. I'm going to check, fold, and then bet if villain checks back the flop. But folding if he raises the turn. And check, folding the river, I think is best. I mean, the deuce doesn't complete anything, but he seems like a really passive player. Maybe he just limp calls all the time pre-flop and then bluffs after the flop, but that just seems unlikely based on the limited information I have on him. It just doesn't seem like he would be the bluffing type. I mean, that's one of the many problems with playing so many tables. You have to have accurate reads on your opponents. It's not really poker at this stage. It's mere guesswork. That was one of the best turn cards in the deck for me. My rule is whenever I'm in a pot, I hit the best turn card in the deck, I have to bet. Not 100% rule, obviously, but I mean, a friend of mine once said, you know, in poker, there's pretty much no thing is a bad bet. Obviously, you know, if you take this to the hyperbolic, you know, if you exaggerate this tremendously and look at it in the extremes, it's not really true. Here I'm out of position, not going to raise, just take a flop. And give up there, give up here. Oh, come on, flush draw. But these guys are getting me 2 cents at a time. So here I'm going to straight. Straights are good hands. I'm not going to draw my gut shot or my flush draw. Well, I think you could make a case for it, I guess. But man, I just don't like drawing for things that aren't the nuts that I can't put a lot of money in if I hit them, all of it ideally. Not a bad little run here. Started at 80 cents up to $3.20. I like short stacking in Omaha, especially if you play extremely tightly, as I do. I think that the advantage you get from being able to get a significant amount of your stack in free with aces is key. I think that it's easy not to lose a lot of money if you're short stacking intelligently. I think that once you get deep, even if you're playing, I think that when you get deep, can get very tricky, which can also be very profitable. I think that I think that Omaha deep stack punishes tight play. Definitely punishes predictable play, whereas when you're short stacking, predictable play certainly can't really be punished, especially in an action game. I think that short stacking is very difficult for your opponents to adapt to and deal with. Just gonna check top and bottom, 5 away. Check that flush too. Could bet the flush. We'll call with the flush if somebody bets. Maybe betting's right. What do you think? What's the best option here? I'm gonna fold this. No, you don't really need me to narrate my actions. They speak for themselves. Weak open-ended here. Not looking to put any money in the pot. Even if I spike my 6 out to the nut, I might very well get free rolled by higher straight draw or straight draw with flush draw. We've got ace-9 for top pair on that last table. And if they all check to me, I think it's worth a bet. Might take the pot down now. These guys all seem to play pretty poorly. Now that I've been called in at least 2 places, I'm not going to continue betting on too many turns. Certainly going to fold on with a straight. Comes up, and this apparently loose passive player fires out for pot. I'm going to give him credit for 5-6 there. This is sort of what I was talking about earlier. You got big pair of queens with a king and a dangler. I think the dangler really negatively affects that hand. It's going to be a lot tougher to flop anything. I don't like wheel cards. It's going to be, when you do flop something, a lot of the time it's going to be weak, open-ended, over pair type hands that the only thing you can really do with them is check and fold. I mean, once in a while, 36. I think that's fine to 3-bet there. So effective stacks aren't that great with the guy who flat it called, but I'm just gonna put it in there. Not the greatest flop in the world. King, queen, low, two spades. Maybe it underscores a weakness in three betting pre. Now that I've plotted it, gonna stack off some of the raises. Well, it worked. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Pretty dangerous spot though. Gonna get it bad against life. And he's gonna know where I am pretty much all the time. It's a situation where I really would have liked to have fewer chips on the table. I would have positioned, but that guy plays so loose that I don't mind giving him some action. Maybe that's sort of a weak rationalization for a bad call out of position. Or maybe it's just a good idea to give action to action players. Who knows? What do you think? Weigh in. Let me know. So this guy could definitely have some sort of a deuce 3, deuce 3, 5. Could also have king, queen, 10, maybe an ace. Sort of pair gut shot combination. This is good. I don't want to get too greedy here. Or maybe if he's calling any amount, I bet. But I like to stick to a standard of half pot in board in lockdown on lockdown boards. This is just such a beautiful hand. Pretty good turn. I'm just gonna go here, 16. Yeah, let's do it. So if he had the probably should go 24 here. I don't want to see a club roll off. I got too small. Ace 9. Not really sure what I'm going to hit here. I don't think this guy's got a set because he would have bet the flop unless it's power 10. Yeah, so we're just chopping. I guess you know I could have maybe called and tried to bluff him on board pair rivers or something like that. But I don't know. That approach could be pretty dangerous too because what if he's got like a set or something, and then I mean it's unlikely, but stranger things can happen, right? Now there's a question of how would you play that if there were a flush draw on the turn. Are you trying to take a safe river or just get it in and hope you dodge? One thing about Omaha is I think subconsciously I often value a wrap more highly than a made straight. But I mean, the whole point about a wrap is you can become a straight, whereas the straight is already the straight. So you would think the straight would be better than the wrap. Maybe it is, and maybe that's sort of a misconception I have, or maybe it's that a wrap, when there's no straight already on the board, people are more willing to put it in lighter with like two pair, something like that. So I don't know. It just always seemed a little paradoxical to me the way I evaluate straights and wraps and straight draws and yada yada. That made my point. Well, I tire even of this. I think the 8's a dangler here, right? Because Jack 10-9 maybe got straight. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I would love it if you gave me some feedback, some comments, criticisms, anything. Help me get better. Help me help you get better. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Ciao.